here to do something better than what you did yesterday? Raise your hands. Right, so how many of you guys have a goal? Good. One of the people I know that is the best at setting goals and hitting them is Brandon Boyd. Right? And he's here today to talk to you guys about what he does to set goals, how he uses that in his life to make his Wake Up Now business better, and how he's been able to get where he is now today by using goals. So Brandon Boyd, come on up.
You're excited to be here, yes or yes?
Yes.
All right. You know, a few years ago we had an event like this. We had 40 or 50 people, and we were pretty excited. So it's great to see that this is standing room only. I want to talk about the master key of goal setting. I truly believe that if you want to get somewhere in life, you have to have goals. Now, if you say, I'm not the kind of person that really likes to set goals, I hope that I convince you after today that setting goals will take you to a level that you've never been before. So one of the things is, how many of you have ever done any kind of target practice, shot a bow and arrow before at a target? Okay? Does anyone claim here to be pretty good? No? One? Okay. Now, if I were to blindfold any of you that have shot a target before and spin you around a few times and then said, go ahead and shoot at that target, how do you think that you would do in comparison to having the blindfold off? Not too good. So how can a man hit a target that he cannot even see? That's a good question. Here's one even better. How can you hit a target you don't even have? Woo. Do you know that most people don't have targets? Do you know that Harvard did a study of its graduating seniors in 1973, found that 3% wrote down their goals? 20 years later, they went back to those same Harvard students. The 3% who had written down their goals had achieved more than the 97% combined. Okay? See, I believe that a goal written down is better. Like, for example, a short pencil is better than a long memory. Okay? An idea not written down is an idea that's soon forgotten. Right? When we just keep them in our heads, they're going to go away. So important for us to set goals and actually write those things down, to have those targets. So the key is that you must know what you want. The key is what you want before your faith can target toward it. Now, I read the good book. So there's a couple examples. In the good book, Noah had a plan for the ark. Moses had a plan for the tabernacle. Solomon had a plan for the temple. And God had created a plan, created the earth in 7 days. Okay, so I figured if they had a plan, that must mean that that's a pretty good idea to have a plan. Who builds something without counting the cost? Do you think that Kirby Cochran and Jason came here and said, well, let's just see how this goes. Let's wing it. I bet that they had a plan, right? And they probably talked a lot about that plan. We have to do the same thing. You will never leave where you are right now until you know exactly where you want to be. Right? You will never change your location until you determine your destination. See, one of the major causes of failure is an unwillingness for people to sit down and to write down your goals. So one of the things that I started a few years ago, and any of you that have been around me know that I carry this around, this clipboard. This clipboard has my goals. Everywhere I go, I have this written down. And what I've done is I broke them up into increments. Because as I've talked to some of you, I've talked about the importance of balancing your life. See, some people are like, oh, I'm grinding 24/7. I think that's a mistake. Because what's going to happen is you're going to lose your health. You're going to lose your relationships. You might lose your marriage. Your kids might hate you. So what I did is I said, okay, if I want to be balanced with my goals for my business, I need to make sure that I'm a balanced person. So I've got my spiritual goals. I've got my marriage goals. I've got my children goals. I've got my work and financial goals, my physical goals, and my personal goals at the same time. And what I do is each day I have a new sheet. And I go and I put check marks by those things that I've accomplished throughout the day. On the right side, it then adds up the numbers for the week so far, meaning how am I doing for the week so far? And then at the bottom of each section it says, here was your goal, here's the number that you're at. So for example, in your business, if you say, hey, here's my business goals. I have 4 different goals per day. How am I doing on that? Have I called my top 5 leaders? Did I get on that webinar? Did I get on that call? Did I attend that event? Or whatever it was that you set for the goal. Then what I do is I take those numbers, and at the end of each month, I then add them up, and it's all got a formula that's tagged to it, and I see, how am I doing? If it says that my business goals are 100%, and my marriage goals are 67, how do you think that Jamie's going to feel about me? Hey, your business is going well, but your marriage is suffering. Or your marriage is doing great, but your spirituality is not doing good at all. Or your spirituality is great, but you're still at Director 1 and Wake Up Now. Right? You've got to have balance in life. And so I create those and put them in monthly, and then I do a month-by-month breakdown. How am I doing per month? Well, if you look at this is an actual number for me from last month. In January, February, and March, I hit over 375 goals a month. Do you know that most people hit 0 because they don't even have any goals? Do you know that you are where you are today because you decided to be here based upon what you've chosen to do? See, I believe that we were supposed to do something better, to progress and to become more than we are right now. See, I think there's too many people who die at 21. They're not buried until they're 65. See, you look at their tombstone. It says, here lies Mr. and Mrs. Average. Here lies the remains of what might have been, except for their beliefs that they were only average. Guys, if you set goals, not in your mind, but down on paper, on your phone, on your iPad, or whatever you have, it will absolutely change your life. Now, I have another thing that I review twice a day. Anyone here, by raise of hands, ever read Think and Grow Rich? Okay? I read that book when I was 19. It was one of the books that changed my life. So I put together Turning Your Desires into Gold. I review it twice a day. I say it out loud. Some people think, hey, you're talking to yourself. But I was told by Zig Ziglar that it's actually the sign of a healthy self-esteem. Okay? So I review that twice a day. I then say, what drives me every single day? I want to become the uncommon father. I don't want to be an average father. I want to be a great leader. That means I want to be a great leader within my family and within my business. And so what I've done is I've looked at these and said, what is it that will make me stay balanced? So that as I pursue Wake Up Now with you guys and gals, that I don't lose my life in the process. That I make sure that I stay balanced. See, our kids, we have 5 kids under the age of 9. 4 months old, and then 6, 7, 8, 9. They need me as a balanced father. They need me emotionally. So make sure as you're pursuing your business that you stay focused and balanced. Guys, I want you to set goals for Wake Up Now. Do you know why? Because people need this vehicle. This vehicle is changing people's lives. This vehicle can actually help people in their relationships. It can help people with their relationships with their kids. Do you know that because of Wake Up Now and the residual income that I've made for 4 years in this company, I've spent more time with my children than any other time in my life. Little Jasmine there was born 4.5 months ago, and I spend no less than 2 hours a day, one-on-one, full focused attention with her because of this great business. See, I am where I am today because of the decisions that I made yesterday, the goals that I set. I said in Wake Up Now in 2010, this will be the fastest growing company in network marketing. This will become one day the Google of network marketing. And guys, if you want that to come to fruition, as we've seen some of those things come to pass, you have to set goals. Even if you start with one, if you haven't done any, you've got to have a why that makes you cry. And if you don't, it's not a strong enough why. You've got to have something that pulls you every day. What drives me every single day? Do you want to know what drives me? When there are days, and they will come in your life, when the messenger of misery says to quit, And I look at little Jasmine here, and I ever think about quitting. Wake up now. I look at that picture that is on my desk 24 hours a day. And I look at Jasmine here, and I say, I will not quit. I will win for you. And I will win for you. Because when I said I do as well, I told Jamie that I've climbed as high as a man can climb. And I want to know if you climb the rest of the way with me. I will provide you a life that is beyond your greatest dreams. This is what drives me. And this is what drives me. Because there's going to come days in this business where you're going to get knocked to the canvas. But when life knocks you down, you land on your back and you look up. And if you look up, you can get up. Because every setback is a setup for a comeback. Guys, find something that drives you. Write down your goals. Write down your why. What is it that pulls you? You can't just say money. Because Julian's making money now. You guys are making money. You've got to find something deeper than that. Something that will get you out of bed. Because one day, Jasmine is going to talk about, because of Wake Up Now, we live the lifestyle of our dreams. I don't want to be in the picture frame on the fireplace saying, there's Dad. He's coming home one day. He's always working. I want to be there. Guys, I can honestly say that I love you and I care for you. I am glad that I've stayed the course for 4 years. Yes. I'm glad that I chose to not quit because of this. This is a legacy that's going to be created. These 4 girls and boy up there are going to be global executives and Wake Up Now. Woo! Last thing I'll say, in order for things to change, you must change. And in order for things to get better, you must get better. You must get better. Don't wish that life was easier. Wish that you were better. Guys, I'm telling you, today is the tiniest that your organization will ever be. Because today you're going to start setting goals.
Wake them up!